Donna Bush with your CIG television news brief on this Wednesday. June the 1st is the start of the hurricane season, and Hazard Management Cayman Islands officials say residents should always be prepared if a storm heads in our direction.
A lot of people begin to think about preparation when an event occurs, and that's not preparation. And then they're scrambling around to get the right things. So I think this is the time. We know we're going to have an eventful year. Every year is going to be an eventful year. So this is the time to ensure that you think about what may happen. For example, if a hurricane is approaching, where would you put your vehicle? Parking it on high ground. Let's think about sort of perishable items that you would want within your home. And if you're going to have to leave your home, where would you go? What about your neighbours? Be thinking about these things. A lot of the stress and post-incidents, post-hurricanes that people have is because they didn't prepare.
If you're unsure what you need during the hurricane season, information is online at caymanprepared.ky. Knowing which shelters are closest to you is also very important, as explained by HMCI's Logistics and Telecoms Manager. Again, June 1st marks the beginning of the hurricane season, which ends on November 30th.
We would recommend people who live in vulnerable areas, such as those areas that they are aware that commonly floods, for example. As a homeowner, you generally know what that challenge is, and we just want people to be aware of where the emergency hurricane shelters are across the islands. Chances are there's one close by you. Most of our shelters are at schools, at civic centers, and such. But just become familiar. You can go to our website, caymanprepared.gov.ky, and just see if there's a shelter close by your residence that you can make plans to go to that shelter. Just ensure that you have 3 days worth of food, water, and other supplies such as medications and so on. There are 7 emergency medical centers, or we call them EMCs. They have medical staff who are on standby and will remain there during any type of activation, and they will have minimum supplies that would assist you. But if you suffer from a medical condition, just get additional stock that you can take to these shelters that you would have available. But we would have medical staff on standby at those emergency medical centers.
We invite you to join us in just a bit when we hear from head of the local weather services about our current weather conditions. At Tuesday's press briefing on the airport's master plan and redevelopment projects, the benefits to extending the runway at the Owen Roberts Airport on Grand Cayman was at the center of the discussion between panelists and members of the media. Department of Tourism Director Rosa Harris addressed discussions with airlines who want to land larger aircrafts here.
My team travels the world and we meet with many airlines. And this particular project is going to open up many opportunities for us to be able to increase our business development. The Cayman Islands are recognized and marketed as a top-tier destination, synonymous with quality, style, and luxury. A new facility will enable an elevated arrival experience. And these travelers that use the general aviation terminal expect their expectations to be anticipated before they even say it. Over the past 3 years, we've had proposals from Eurowings, Norse, Virgin, and we got down the road with Eurowings, but then it fell off because of the length of the runway, and the same for Virgin.
We invite you to join us on Newsbrief Thursday as we will hear more about the airport's projects. Meantime, if you missed the press conference, you can watch it in its entirety on the Cayman Islands government's YouTube channel on demand. Well, as we begin to look at our forecast from today, we hear from John Tibbetts, Director General for the National Weather Services. He explains more about our current weather conditions, saying there may be some localized flooding and to expect more showers. He did add that the team of weather forecasters are not particularly concerned at the moment with the weather system.
We're being impacted by what we call an inverted trough. It does have some extra support up top that is causing it to be a bit more vigorous than normal. Okay, so if you look on our radar images today, you will notice that there's a lot of heavy showers around the area. Okay. We are expecting the bad weather that is a result of this system to start to clear up a bit tomorrow. The later forecast has it kind of lingered into Friday afternoon, Friday, before we actually get the full clearing of it.
Those who want to go out on the open waters can expect seas to be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. To learn more about what is happening weather-wise for us, check out the Cayman Islands Weather Service's website as well as their Facebook page. And this brings us to the end of today's news brief here on CIG Television. I'm Donna Bush. Have a great night.